Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in as always, and thanks ever so much for all your ongoing support. Likes, subscribes, shares, comments, discussions, hints, tips and tricks, all massively appreciated. Right, today a very quick tool review. So today we have got Halfords Advanced 5-piece wheel removal tool with 18-inch breaker bar. Standard Halfords Advanced, lifetime guarantee, no quibble. Any problems with it whatsoever, just take it back with your receipt. They normally send them these days via email, so you'll always have a copy of your receipt electronically. Go into the store, show them, and they will replace. So you've got 1/2-inch drive breaker bar designed for the professional to help loosen damaged or stripped fasteners, 17mm, 19mm and a 21mm wheel nut socket, impact quality with thin walls for easy access, nylon sleeve to prevent damage to wheels and nuts when used, 1/2-inch drive wobble extension bar, 75mm, designed for easy reach and access to deep spaces. So the reason I bought this, I've been wanting the nylon sleeved wheel nut sockets for quite some time, purely for their gentleness and the fact that they will prevent me from scratching. Thought that was a good idea, something I would enjoy. Obviously Skoda wheels, fairly recently refurbed. Forester wheels, also fairly recently refurbed, so I want to keep them in good condition. I could have just bought the sockets because I already have a good torque wrench, which I generally use when removing the wheels, or the larger socket from the Halfords Advanced tool set, but I'm a sucker for a complete set, and I thought this being supplied like so, with the little holder, keeps everything nice and neat, and this can sit in the boot of the vehicle, in my boot organizer, so I've always got a decent quality breaker bar when required. So as per standard process, we'll have a little look at the close-up detail. Halfords Advanced stamped into the body, chrome vanadium, do not impact or use extension tubes. Lovely build quality, as you'd imagine, quite heavy in hand, all feels nice. Right, and then let's get my other hand. The sockets, all nice, stamped Halfords Advanced Chromo 17mm, nice soft sleeve, fairly thin walls, happy days. So we'll just check the insertion onto the supplied extension. Nice solid clamping mechanism, as you'd imagine. Extension also good quality, lovely, lovely. And insertion into the tool, also lovely. So let's do it minus the extension as well, for completeness. Nice, good, positive insertion. All good. Right, let's give that a quick buzz. So you always find yourself reaching for an extension. Just check what size it is. I didn't know off the top of my head. 19, I believe. Nice, good solid fitment. Feels nice and soft. Not going to scratch any of the apertures. I will use the extension. And you always find yourself reaching for a nice long bar for that initial nip off. These are done up at 100 Newton meters. And the reason I'm doing this today is because I'm going to get the jack out, get the wheel arch liners all cleaned and dried. I've got a little bit of rust to treat, and then we'll use garage therapy on the arch liners to feed the plastics, and then pearl to top off. Lovely, lovely. Not much effort required at all. Let's just nip that one up. Super job. Just what we need. Just to make your life easier. So, sat there, good and solid, plenty of space around the collar. So, as I say, not going to damage the wheels in any way, shape or form. And there we go. Lovely. Lovely. Just what we need. So we'll try it without the extension. As well. So we've gone there. We'll do this one. No. Just so we're observing the right pattern. I was going to say I'll grab the locking wheel nut. Alas, I don't want to be faffing around removing them from the false floor while we're trying to do this. So we'll just try one on the rear. Ah, heaven, heaven. Well, let's nip that one back up. And then we'll do this one. They weren't very tight to go around and torque these up. Mind you, maybe the fronts were super tight. And these, because I did torque the backs. So we'll just nip that up. One more quick test. Happy days. So these are confirmed 100 Newton meters. So maybe the fronts were slightly above. That's what I'm sticking with. But I will go round and get them all torqued up to spec today. So reassembly is, as you'd imagine, 21, 17, 19, fairly secure on there, and the extension not as tight but perfectly adequate, and that all clamps together like so. Super job, and that's not going anywhere. Lovely jubbly. Right, let's get that in the boot with the Foz. So as I say, you know, I bought this for two reasons. Key reason to have these nylon sleeved sockets, and also quite fancied that entire kit, nice and neat, all stays together, always know where it is, and this should fit nicely in the boot of the Foz, which we will try right now. So underneath the boot liner in the Forester, you have a handy false floor. Obviously spare wheels under there. We've got the Subaru toolkit, Subaru jack, triangle, de-icer, which I never use. Breathalyzer, that was in here from a previous owner, not something I use on a regular basis. Anyway, that can sit in there nicely, and I've got the locking wheel nuts wrapped up in a towel. No doubt, me being me, I'll get that in somewhere tight or wrapped up in a cloth so it doesn't rattle, but that's where that will live, so we always know, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, job done. Happy days. Right, I'm going to pause that, get that back out, because I need to use it for my next project. Right, so that is that. Hope you enjoyed that one as always. Just a little look at another Halfords Advanced tool product. Do I have my phone? Let's just check the current price. So, current price today, November 2025, current price is £40.49p. Happy days. Anyway, like I say, hope you enjoyed that one as always. Just a little look at the tools. Build quality seems quite nice. Little bracket. Adequate. Fairly tight. They seem held on tight enough. They engage with the tool nicely. Tool feels nicely built. Just makes that initial nipping off a little bit easier than if you've got, let's just do a comparison. Might be a moment. So if you were looking at the largest ratchet handle in the Halfords Advanced set, you're looking at half the length, so half the force, so needs double the amount of effort. A bit of a pain, hence the purchase. Anyway, so if you're looking for one of these and you've got a penchant for Halfords Advanced products, can't go far wrong with that. All neat, all stays together, convenient. It is where you need it, whenever you need it. Happy days. And that is that for that one. A nice, quick and cheeky tool review. And as I say, the reason I'm doing that, I want to get it unboxed into regular usage, and then later today, stroke now, last bit of rust treatment on the Forester, and then arch liner protection. Anyway, thanks for dropping by as always. Take very good care of yourselves. See you again soon. Bye bye.